afternoon, happy Wednesday. I'm Mackenzie Lamore with this Franciscan Beat news brief. This past Monday stirred a little bit of commotion in the political and pop culture world as Kanye West wore a black t-shirt with White Lives Matter emblazoned on the back to his latest Yeezy fashion show. West appeared Monday at the fashion show in Paris. The rapper debuted his Season 9 collection. Conservative commentator Candace Owens shared a photo of herself wearing the same t-shirt standing next to West in his White Lives Matter shirt. Ahead of the show, he gave a speech in which he referenced the 2016 robbery of estranged wife Kim Kardashian, the fallout with Gap following the launch of his collaboration with the brand, his struggles in the fashion industry, and more. The show featured a children's choir and his daughter North walked as a model, according to reports. West not only claimed that Black Lives Matter was a scam, but he also seemingly took credit for moving the discussion away from the movement and onto himself. News from Florida as SpaceX launched 4 people to the International Space Station from Florida today as Elon Musk's company keeps up a steady pace of crewed missions. Known as Crew 5, the mission for NASA will bring the group up to the International Space Station for a 6-month stay in orbit. The mission is SpaceX's 5th operational crew launch for NASA to date and the company's 8th human spaceflight in just over 2 years. Crew 5 got off the ground this afternoon, beginning an estimated 29-hour journey to dock with the ISS. The mission brings the number of astronauts SpaceX has launched to 30, including both government and private missions, since its first crewed launch in May 2020. SpaceX launched the astronauts in its Crew Dragon capsule called Endurance on top of a Falcon 9 rocket. Both the rocket and capsule are reusable. Endurance is flying to space for a second time, having flown the Crew 3 mission to and from the ISS in the past year. Crew 5 carries 4 astronauts, 2 American, 1 Japanese, and 1 Russian. And now to Russia. The United States' decision to send more military aid to Ukraine increases the danger of a direct military clash between Russia and the West, Moscow has warned. Russia's ambassador to the United States, Anatoly Antonov, said it was an immediate threat to Moscow, describing the United States as a participant of the conflict. Earlier, the United States announced another $625 million in military aid to Ukraine. Advanced United States weaponry has been credited with helping Ukraine build momentum against occupying Russian forces. Ukrainian troops have made significant advances in the country's northeast and south in recent weeks. The latest United States hardware includes another 4 of the high-precision multiple rocket systems. In all, Washington has committed nearly $17 billion in military support for Kyiv since Russian President Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine on February 24th. In a statement on Thursday, Mr. Antonov warned that the United States' decision to continue pumping the Kyiv regime with heavy weapons only secures Washington's status as a participant of the conflict. He said this would result in protracted bloodshed and new casualties. At least 10 people have been killed and many more are missing after an avalanche struck a team of mountaineers high in the Indian Himalayas. The 34 trainees and 7 instructors were practicing navigation when they were hit on their descent from a peak in the northern state of Uttarakhand. Police say 14 people have been rescued while nearly 20 are still missing. Early reports said the party had been swept into a crevice. India's Air Force is helping with rescue efforts. The group was made up of trainees from the nearby Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. It had been said that they had been returning from Mount Draupadi when the avalanches struck. Authorities were alerted at around 9:30 a.m. local time on Tuesday, rescue workers said. Search efforts were paused overnight because of rain and snowfall, but resumed this today. Uttarakhand Police Chief Ashok Kumar told multiple news agencies that rescue teams could restart operations as the weather had cleared up. Today, 6 bodies have been recovered. Until now, a total of 10 bodies have been recovered, he said. And now for today's weather. It's a beautiful sunny day in Steubenville with a high of 73 degrees. Temperatures will lower down to 46 degrees overnight. That's all for this Franciscan Beat news brief. I'm Mackenzie Lamore. Thank you to our viewers for tuning in and have a lovely day.